You know, something that a lot of people worry about when they're on program is, what if I gain the weight back? You know, one of the reasons that you're on our program is so that you won't gain the weight back, because this is not a diet. This is a life transformation. And the motto of OPTAVIA is lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time. You know, when you hear some people say, oh, I've lost 30 pounds forever. No, you don't know if you've lost them forever, because there may be things that come up in your life that you never have dealt with before. And oh my gosh, that happened to me. I had a prolonged period where after having lost 50 pounds on OPTAVIA, almost 50 pounds, and keeping it off for about 2.5 years, and then I got sick several times, one after another, with some upper respiratory stuff. I felt so miserable, and I was eating, essentially, if you boil it down, I was eating so I would feel better. I was eating for comfort. I wanted to feel better in the moment. But this was such a different kind of scenario for me than when I used to eat in past years for comfort. I didn't recognize it for what it was. And then finally, 10 or 15 pounds later, I realized what was going on. You know, I didn't realize really that I was gaining weight that much. And when I sort of came to my senses, I thought, oh my gosh, you know, what's happened? And I got with my coach, used my life book. Of course, I listened to the Zooms and listened to some OPTAVIA podcasts and YouTube videos, and I participate in my like-minded people healthy lifestyle page, my support page, and I was able to get it together enough to say, oh golly, I have the tools to deal with this. Let me go back on plan in order to take off the extra weight that I've gained, but more so to refresh myself in the habits of health, because I must have missed some things along the way, or I obviously didn't install certain habits, and I still had some old ones lurking around there. And now I'm starting to take the weight off. I feel really good, and I am actively dealing with, if I don't feel well, I'm dealing in a healthy way with my desire to eat. It's really pretty amazing. You know, what diet does that for you? Diet doesn't do that for you. A healthy lifestyle does. And the wonderful thing about OPTAVIA is that you don't just lose that weight and then they drop you like a hot potato. You get to have that coach, that healthy community on Facebook, the principles in your life book, the webinars, the videos, the podcasts, all that stuff. You have support, and you have a whole system, and you even have, you know, the fuelings, meal replacements to help you if you need those, so that you can keep on adjusting things that might have gotten out of adjustment in your life, like they did for me. And, you know, now like I said, I'm taking off the extra weight. I'm feeling good about myself, I tell you that, because I'm fixing something that wasn't right. I am continuing to transform one healthy habit at a time. So please don't worry about, oh, what if I gain the weight back? You know what? That is not the issue. If you are following the habits of health system by participating in all 4 components, okay? You're keeping with your coach, keeping in touch. You are active on the support page. I know it may not seem like it's important, but you know what? It really does help. It makes a difference. If you're using your life book and listening to the webinars, and and all of those are recorded, so if you miss it when it's live, you can go back and hear it again and again and again if you need to. And use the meal replacements if they're helpful to you after you've taken off your weight that you wanted to lose. A lot of people continue to use the meal replacements just as snacks. They eat regular food, they go through transition to regular food, but they use the meal replacements as snacks because it's a way to have a quick, easy, don't have to think about it, healthy snack. Anyhow, you don't need to worry about gaining anything back, because just like me, if you do, you have the tools to take it back off and to get your life further back in order. Because remember, this is a life journey. This is not just a limited time diet. This is a lifelong transformation. So things may come up that you need to deal with. Maybe you'll catch anything that might come up for you sooner than I caught mine, which was 10 or 15 pounds later. But I caught it. I'm doing good. I will give you just one other little tip. If suddenly you find you don't want to talk to your coach really, and you're kind of shying away from the support page, and you just, you don't really want to hear those Zooms and stuff, let that be like red flags or alarm bells. Something may not be right. Are you living above the line? Or is there something going on where you don't want your life to be open, an open book, when it comes to healthy habits? So if I've struck a chord here, think about it. And you know what? You're never too old to keep on getting better. I'm going to be 70 in 5 months, I think. And look at me. I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt. And I'm on my way to taking off this extra stuff, this stuff that's hanging over, that I put on over 10 months. And you're never too old. You can do it too.